We love hip hop.
Let's bring it up for the comment gang. Sorry for the delay, comment gang. Make sure to smash that like button. Let's see here. Who's that Purple City Bird gang?
That's us, that Purple City Bird gang.
So this is Capo. Here's his list. There's an ad. We don't want to see it. Jim Jones top 10. Let me. Y'all can see that on the screen. Hold on. Better on the screen here. Jim Jones top 10 hottest pods casters for 2022. He has some criteria in here.
Number 6 is shocking.
So, okay, after consideration, deliberation, and numerous talks with the with the 10 committee, we have finally decided our top 10 casters of 2022. If you feel you should have made this is way too long for me to read. I want to get to the part. Some might argue Kai Cenat is not a podcaster, but he interviews people, so there he has a component of podcasting going on during his show. So yeah, he's super popping to the young generation. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I put that in there. Pause before we continue here. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, Drink Champs. Number 2, $1 million worth of game. Number 3, EYL, Earn Your Leisure. Number 4, Joe Button Podcast. Number 5, Kai Cenat, as mentioned. Number 6, No Jumper. Number 7, Carisha Plays. Number 8, Kitchen Talk with Mano. Number 9, Lip Service with Angela Yee. And number 10, My Expert Opinion with Matt Hoffa. Gang and Dusty Wallace, what do y'all think?
Yo.
Is it in the right place? Is there these right? Should be anybody else should be included?
Yeah, we love hip hop first, you know.
Yeah, but he might not know about us. You know?
Yeah, but on the real, Matt Hoffa should be up there.
He should be higher on the list.
Yeah. Number 5. Replace that with number 6.
I don't even think number 5 should be on the list. No disrespect to Kai Cenat, but he's not a podcaster.
That's why I was like, put it down. You know what I mean? Honestly, Drink Champs and $1 million worth of game, right positions.
Yeah, they're in the right places.
They're in the right places.
And Earn Your Leisure people were like on other podcasts were like, I don't know what the fuck, but they're actually really popular, fam.
I beg to differ with the Kitchen Talk. It's only because Mano's
his homie.
Yeah, he's a lobby boy. Yeah, you know what I mean. So you're gonna,
this is mans in them, bro.
Mans in them. So you're gonna put him on the list, right?
Yeah.
But you know,
Nigga said, "Where's DJ Fatademics?" That's cold. But Academics should be on the list. For this list here,
see,
if he's Carisha, please is gonna be on the list. And Academics,
see, that's a thing.
The whatchamacallit, Off the Record podcast.
But how many times has Ack?
His podcast has had some moments. Don't get me wrong. I watch Ack on his streams more than I listen to his podcast.
Has Ack ever went at Jim Jones?
I'm not sure, but that old head thing has not given him a lot of favor with a lot of people, so he might be salty about that too. You feel me?
He didn't even put Hassan Campbell on there, eh?
Well, Hassan Campbell is technically not a podcaster, right? Yeah. I guess he could be on there if Kai Cenat's on there, but Hassan Campbell doesn't usually interview people. He just talks shit, right? Or talks real talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No Jumper podcast, but No Jumper is more than just a podcast. They have multiple podcasts, so that's kind of hard to.
What about Star?
Star, he's not a podcast neither.
No.
Right?
No.
The thing is, everything on this list is a podcast except for Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Jim Jones's list because this is Jim Jones's list, even though he says he's talked to other people like Elliot Wilson and B Dot and you know what I'm saying? Like, and he said honorable mention to Don't Call Me White Girl, right?
Yeah, she's pretty funny though.
Yeah, she's funny, but does she have a podcast? You know what I'm saying? And Affecta, right. Whereas we love hip hop, a lot of these niggas, they have heard of us. They just we're over here, fam. They're not gonna mention us, fam. Like
I was fucking around.
No, but fam, they have heard of us.
Of course.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but
I know that.
Some of these places, like, you know, maybe Jim Jones, we haven't interviewed Jim Jones, but we might have fucking talked to somebody indirectly or something. Like,
It's getting
like, or somebody might have sent him a clip or
yeah.
fam. There's like thousands of impressions and or not.
Sure.
We have 3,000 fucking videos on the YouTube channel.
Sure.
A nigga might have seen 2 seconds of something, my nigga.
For sure. But yo, do you think Toronto needs to make one?
A list?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right? Toronto needs one. For sure.
And if Toronto had one,
You already know. We're at the top of the list.
well,
We're at the top.
dare I play devil's advocate?
Yeah, you got to be, because they do it on purpose and not put you there.
If Toronto was to do, or let's say even Canada,
Yeah.
but we could keep it Toronto if you want,
Toronto.
right? If Toronto was to do a top, let's cut it down to 5, because we're not as big as the States, right? We don't have as much podcast. But if we were to do a top 5 podcast list in Toronto, okay, and I don't mind us not being number 1. I'm saying to the comment gang, right? How would you put in the list, or who would you put in the list?
Yeah.
And what number would you place them? So, you know what I'm saying? There's a list of podcasts that are going on in the city. You know what I'm saying? Extra Gravy. Extra Gravy's been doing their thing just as long as us. They started a few months before us.
Yeah.
Extra Gravy has had fucking sponsorships we've seen for fucking Hennessy.
Everybody.
This year, they have gone crazy with the interviews. You know what I'm saying? Where before they were more conversational, because they're comedian podcast, right?
Yeah.
They fall in the comedy space.
Sure.
Marlon,
Big Norman.
and Marlon Palmer and Big Norm, right? Both comedians on the scene as well, and Alicia, who works behind the scenes in the music scene and stuff like that, right? And salute to Intern. We have an interview with them, right?
Yeah.
2 interviews with them, and we've also been over there. PK Herc and I, we went over there and did an interview with them years ago. So we're podcast fam, right? But them motherfuckers right there, they are, in my eyes, my podcast peers, always.
Yeah.
They do pure audio
Yeah.
from day one, and their videos, they've been doing them from day one as well. You know what I'm saying? So like, they do live podcasts.
Yeah.
The niggas live podcasts do crazy.
I'm a big fan of Big Norm.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of Big Norm.
Like them niggas pack out a place to do a show
Easy.
for a live podcast. Like one of the first times that we connected with them is going to their live podcast. You know what I'm saying? So salute to them. Voices from the Staircase.
Big salute.
You know what I'm saying? Them niggas over the last 2 years have shown their consistency. We've had our share of like back and forwards in the past, and have made good and have made content together. Where like they've come through to the Visionary Arts Center. We're gonna do another one because the audio got fucked up. But like, I've gone over there and fucking done an interview with them. To me, and they've had some legendary interviews, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're doing their thing still. I fuck with them.
Yeah, the Galloway boy interview. Who's the homie from that they interviewed? Like just came home from jail and he told the story. It was Over Dracula, right?
Yeah.
That interview was dope. I actually did the Solo YS or no Solo YS, salute to Solo YS, but the Solo OTA interview.
Yes.
That people are going to be seeing tomorrow.
Yeah.
I did some of my research from watching the Voices from the Staircase interview.
Okay.
And they do pure audio as well.
Yes.
So salute to them as a podcast. We're putting podcast in this fucking list, okay?
Yeah.
So if we include ourselves, the We Love Hip Hop podcast, right, where the audios are going to be going out tomorrow morning on Thursday morning, as per usual, right? Thursdays and Monday mornings, because we drop 2 audios a week. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
That's 3. Who else?
I've been watching Steady Mobbin'.
Do they do audio?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
And they're Toronto podcast?
Toronto podcast. Yeah.
Oh, one person I got to add. We're going to have to minimize that list to add one more person into this top 5. And they're the number 1. We're not the number 1.
Who's the number 1?
The Full Send podcast. They're the number 1 podcast in Toronto.
Yeah, they're the number 1. Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. Hands down.
Niggas might look at them as an American podcast,
What?
but the Nelk Boys are fucking from Toronto, fam.
Yeah, right from here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So that's Canadian shit. They're just interviewing Donald Trump and fucking Elon Musk, and
They got the real plug.
yeah. Yo, fam,
Holy.
who did I watch the interview with? They did. I think it was a Mr.
OJ.
Peace. OJ,
OJ Simpson, dog. Come on, you know I've been on this shit.
fam, they are goated. I don't give a fuck. We could be talking about how we're the number one and for the good shit. No, if we're gonna be real for podcasts, niggas who do audios and videos, they are number one,
Yeah,
hands down.
yeah, and then Pillow Talk. No, are they considered a podcast? Pillow Talk with Ryan Pownell?
I think Pillow Talk is a podcast.
Right? So
Right? They do podcast.
Yeah,
I could even double check right now.
They're up there. He's up there. Ryan Pownell's up there, bro.
Yeah, podcast, Pillow Talk podcast. It popped up right away. I'm on Spotify right now,
Yeah,
and it popped up
yeah.
ASAP.
He's number 2.
They just put out an episode, 36 minutes and 5 seconds on the 27th. So yesterday morning, they put out a fucking episode. So they are a fucking pure podcast as well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else we got in there? Pure podcast. I'm not talking about shows. Podcasts. I mean, you have an independent audio that runs on the streaming platforms, and people watch the reproduction of your audio on YouTube, right? When niggas see the audio or the videos that y'all see on YouTube, that's just a reproduction of the audio. And if you listen to the audio, you actually hear all the music pieces that we cut out. You know what I'm saying? Because you could run that on Spotify and SoundCloud and shit. But we play a lot of music on the podcast, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, the intro that we did earlier, I was playing fucking Prince and fucking Outkast and Snow, and before we even started talking, fam. That shit took like 5 minutes before we started talking, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to find one. What's this? Around there, it'll come up.
Island Diaz, Spiced Rum.
Is it a podcast though?
No. I think that's just no. Island Diaz Potty.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yeah, they've been doing their little thing.
Yeah, and there's also something called a Toronto podcast. And I'll give some salutes. Also, I know, truth be told, they kind of wavered between podcast and show because they've done audio before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But like, and this is with all due respect, right? To be known as a podcast to me, you gotta have audio. And I've said this before publicly, and it's caused me to get into issues. But it's essential if you call yourself a podcast, you have to have audio.
you have to have audio. Yeah,
right?
for sure.
If you're a show, if you're a YouTube show or whatever, then fuck audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you just make sure you have a good audio for the video, and you can run with it.
Yeah.
But if you want people to be just listening to the audio, just streaming without any video, and they're listening to the shit in their office, just chilling, that's a different thing. So we got the Nelk Boys, Extra Gravy. We love hip hop, right? Hold on.
Pillow Talk.
We love hip hop.
Pillow Talk. And who's the last one that we were saying?
Corner.
Huh? Fuck. Where's
I went blank. I went blank.
Okay, so Full Send, We Love Hip Hop,
Yeah.
Extra Gravy,
And
Voices from the Staircase, and Pillow Talk.
Yes.
Can we place these in order?
Place them in order.
Comment Gang, can I depend on y'all to place these in order? I'm going to give my order. Dusty,
I'm for sure going to give my order.
do you want to flip a coin on who starts? Do the order?
Let's go. No. Start your order.
You want me to do the order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go with
So like I said, Full Send Podcast, number 1, hands down. Okay? Second, and it's a toss up a lot of the times.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Extra Gravy.
Okay.
Third, I'm going to put Us.
Okay.
Fourth, I'm going to put Pillow Talk.
Okay.
And then fifth, I'm going to put Voices from the Staircase.
Okay. That's
You know what I'm
fair.
saying?
That's almost like where I would actually put it. Like, you know what I mean? I'd place those same podcasts.
Yeah, like
right there.
you know, to be humble, I'm not going to put us on the top
No.
because we're not doing more numbers than Nelk Boys.
No,
Like that's
no,
just not fucking reality.
They have an OJ Simpson fucking.
You know what I'm saying? And the way that those guys over at Extra Gravy turned up over this year with their interviews, like the Roy Woods interview, Baka Not Nice. There was somebody else who they had a big, Jesse Reyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those are interviews that did numbers and fucking also like, we're like, oh shit, you got them? I could fucking toot my own horn with the amount of fucking interviews. Like, there's just been ridiculous amounts of interviews that, man, like we put a volume.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of quality interviews in there too, like as far as like big people.
But
there's just, we just have
came
bare interviews every week. Fam.
they
That's
came
just not
strong though with those ones. I won't lie.
Yeah. Those ones were like,
Pow, pow,
pow, like,
pow, 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 pow.
you know what I'm saying? I'm there sitting on like 5, 6 Toronto rapper interviews, and these guys said Jesse Reyes.
Take that.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, well, all right.
Got the whole Lacana. Got the whole Lacana.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a realist. I'm not a hater out here,
for
fam.
sure.
I don't have hate in my heart, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's what I think for the list. But y'all can let me know in the comments, fam. Even on the reproduction of this, let me know in the comments of what y'all think should be the top 5 podcasts in Toronto.
For 20.
Yeah, for 2022.
We love hip hop.